Not the best start to the week of week 2, but that's okay. We sort of truck on. When you're trying to push through all these things and you got all these things going on with work, family, and trying to train, and sometimes gets the better of you. So we are back for another episode of the sub 5 minute mile series. We are into week 2. Week 2 hasn't gone as good as I would have hoped. Sort of end of last week, or probably for the last sort of 3 weeks, I've had like a cough and hasn't been sort of going away. And your last Saturday's run really took it out of me, and I was just kept vomiting it everywhere and every sort of couple of Ks. And then Monday got in. I sort of just been pushing through it. I don't really like to have days off, so pushing through it. Got in here for the Monday class, and did a few 2 sets literally of bench press, and like was dry reaching and that, and having coughing fits, and then got through that class, and then went for a run, or tried to go for a run for our first easy run of the week, which was an 8K run, and just every sort of 800 meters having a coughing fit, dry reaching on the ground. So pulled the pin on that, and messaged the coach, said, I only got through this today. I think it's probably best I'll have a day off tomorrow and as of Tuesday, and change the days around and change our Wednesday day off, and try and hopefully a couple of days of doing not much can help me sort of recover. So not the best start to the week of week 2, but that's okay. Hopefully I can get over this cough. The interval run on Tuesday, I didn't think I was going to be able to get through that, but I did. And so again, it's about pushing through what you can, but also being smart. So I was smart enough to tell the coach, look, we need to change some days around. So we did that, but so Monday was, not ideally what we would have hoped for. Tuesday, did a really easy session by myself without jumping into a class. They also had the staff workout, which obviously I designed. I think we had 16 staff here putting a session together, which was amazing vibe. So I had massive FOMO that I wasn't involved in that. I had to sit that out. And then took the day off running, and then Wednesday it was time to get back into it. So jumped in and did another easy session by myself. Again, I hate missing out on doing the strength and conditioning classes. It does my head in. But I had to try and be a little bit smarter this week. And then, did the interval run Wednesday at the Ath track. It was raining all morning. Got out there at about lunchtime, and it was sunny and 25. So that's Melbourne weather for you. Got through that 3-minute on with a 2-minute recovery, then a 1-minute effort. So got through that. I was really proud because I didn't feel too well either going into that. So I'm on my 3rd one. Just completed my 3-minute run, and now onto my 1-minute run in 1:10. So I'm in that jog period now. I'm about 15 seconds ahead on each split, which is good. So I've got to tick this one off and then get into the last set. I'll be bloody proud of this run getting done. Got through that. that and got through that with really good paces, probably sub 10 to 15 seconds ahead of the goals we were hoping for. So that's a good start. It's, it was tough, but it's good to be able to get into that rhythm where you're ahead of where you need to be. It's going to be a long path towards that sort of 12 weeks towards that goal, because I know that it's only going to get a lot harder. Thursday, got in, did an upper body session at the Performance Club. Again, I still had sort of some coughing spats, but got through as only upper body, which was good. And then got through a 6K easy run as well. I'm pretty sore from yesterday because the session I did by myself before the interval run was a leg session. Quite heavy, but obviously controlled.
So just on my 6K easy run, got about a K and a half to go. It's a bit windy today. And as I said before, I'm bloody sore from yesterday's workout and interval run. So it's about getting the body moving and get it going again. We're nearly done, about 5:15 pace. Pretty cruisy, so we're good to get this one finished.
It's really important to keep the strength up when you're doing your running program. A lot of people, when they get into a running program or a running stage of their life where they're focusing on some sort of running mission or race, that they'll purely stop any sort of strength base. And it just breaks down the muscles, breaks down the fatigue levels, the strength, all that sort of stuff that builds into the foundation of being able to run fast or for a long period of time, or both. You need to be strong. Your fitness needs to be up there obviously with your running, and you need to be good underfoot. But in terms of being strong, you want to make sure that you're not getting any injuries. You want to be strong through the legs, strong through the core. You want to make sure you're not carrying too much weight than what you need to. For me, I'm trying to probably get down to another 4 or 5 kilos. I've been eating my Muscle Chef meals, which has kept me really on focus, on point with that. Probably except for when I went to one of our staff's wedding on Monday afternoon. They had donuts as a dessert. I had about 5 of them. So other than that, I've been really sort of focused on having my Muscle Chef meals, staying around that sort of 2.5 calories. Energy levels have been pretty good. It's about making sure I stay on top of that. So working towards the end of the week, Friday's interval run hills, did that near the athletics track into some 200 meters. So those 200 meters are 40 seconds. So you're getting up to a quality speed. It's not all that effort, but it's a speed you're gonna have to really dig in for. So to be able to do those at that sort of pace and recover and go again was really crucial in terms of making sure that we can get to this sub 5-minute mile in 12 weeks time. We're doing 8 200s at 42 seconds. Every rep is about an all-out mile pace, so fast. It's not quite a full sprint, but it's great for your biomechanics, muscle recruitment, and building up your oxygen intake. The idea is we take this good form from the hills and bring them into a flat ground. Also, wouldn't be surprised, we got down to 36, 37 on each rep. So that Friday session, the hills into the 200 meters, 8 200s, so sub 42. Again, the aim was to get under that.
I'm just doing some 200s down here. Friday interval, some hill work, and then into some repeat 200s. Got a couple more to go.
And then we pushed into our Saturday workout, which is a 1 hour run. Pushing between that sort of easy pace between a 4:53 and sort of a low 5:30s, and then see sort of what distance you can get out for that. And that finishes off the week. Got in the Williamstown Footy Club, who I used to play for in the VFL, are coming in for their camp. So I'm going to jump into a session with them also on Saturday. So I'll get my run done nice and early, and then straight into that session with them, which will be a 1 hour of full out all conditioning, assault bike, ski, rower, and then a little bit of weights, carries and bench press. So again, it's going to be a full on Saturday, and then Sunday, I'm going to take it all off, the whole day off, do nothing, and just make sure I'm fully recovered, ready to go into week 3. It's really important to find that balance between pulling back and pushing through. A lot of the time, I've got that sort of mindset of just pushing through, and that's probably what I've done for the last 3 weeks, to push through every single session, not have days off and just keep pushing. But sometimes you need to understand, and I need to get better at understanding the body, how it's feeling, getting sick, getting run down, and not getting any better. And that's when you need to dial down. Sometimes being able to do that, you feel like you're getting lazy. I definitely do. But it's also to avoid burning out at either end. You don't want to be doing that. So there is a fine line between dialing back and then potentially getting to a lazy sort of downward spiral of, I'll have another day off, but then also pulling yourself out of it and going, no, okay, let's push through this. And that's what I did on Wednesday with the interval run. I'm like, I'm not feeling too well, but I've had a couple of days off. Let's see how I go. If I get there and I'm having these coughing splats, and we need to go see a doctor and get some antibiotics or whatever it is. We need to do that, but let's see how we go with it. And again, those runs where you get through where you don't think you can get through is pretty rewarding in the end of it. So to be able to push through that mentally is a big win as well. These little wins you can take out every single day, and that's what our motto is win the day. When you can take those little wins here and there, and you get something like that done, you really feel like, you're in that sort of groove. And for me, when you're setting your mind up to do something like this, there is a lot of fear of failure, of not being able to accomplish what you set out to. Even the interval runs we do, there's a lot of anxiety about it. There's a lot of can I achieve that? Geez, that's a fast run. Geez, it's going to take a lot from me. It's going to take a lot of effort. So there's a lot of pressure that you put on yourself as well. And when I look back at my VFL football days for the 10 years I did it, early on, a lot of times I made excuses for not doing a 3K time trial. Most of them, majority of the times I would be away, and we go on holiday because of that, because I knew that the first week or whatever we'd come back and they'd have a 3K time trial, because I'd have so much anxiety about not performing well at all. Back then I was not a good runner. I didn't take as seriously as I should have, and then one of the regrets I have is not being as fit as I am now when I was playing VFL football. But I would put so much anxiety of performing and having a race that sort of come back into the sub 5 minute mile. A lot of the things we do of the longer races, it's about getting it done, getting it finished, where this one is a timed event. So that sort of anxiety, that pressure, that whole feeling of can I achieve what I'm trying to achieve, sort of comes back, and that sort of race mentality to fight the clock. So I'm fighting those battles as well, of every interval run, really hype myself up, but then also not hype myself up too much that I'm overwhelmed. So it's a good balance. It's a good balance. I also want to change up my running locations, and not to always do it at the Ath track at Willie, change locations of doing that, change my hills, go for runs and get an Uber back, just to change it up, because I know that how I feel when I'm always running the same street to Willie is that it can get really monotonous and really do my head in. So it's about managing those things as well. So week 3, again, it steps up again, week 3. So Monday, we've got an 8K run. So Tuesday's run is going to be one that I look forward to. Again, it's going to be that sort of hype, that anxiety of being able to accomplish it. 3K warm up, 5 1Ks at a 4:07 split, with a 1 minute recovery, so not much recovery at all, repeating that one after the other. Then we've got a 3 minute walk, and then we've got some 4 300s at a minute 08. So again, nice pace, 3:47 pace for those 300 meter efforts. These interval pace efforts should be a pace I can hold for about 12 to 15 minutes. So that's the aim for that interval pace. Wednesday, we go into a day off. Thursday, 8K easy run. And then Friday's our next interval run, which we'll do at the Ath track. We've got 3K warm up, and then we're gonna repeat 3 sets of 4x200, so 12 400s at a 36-second pace. So that's a 3 kilometer pace with a 1 minute walk recovery after those 4 efforts. After I've done 4, then I'll get a 3 minute walk recovery, and I'm gonna repeat that. So that's gonna be, it's gonna be moving. And then I've got a 400 meters as well. So it's gonna, that Friday and Tuesday workout is gonna be one to really pump myself up for and really have a good hunting session to make sure I can complete those times, hit those times that are needed, and to be tick week 3 off with a bang. Every single week is gonna get harder and harder, and understanding that I'm gonna put myself in the best state, nutrition-wise, eating properly, recovery, sauna, ice bath, beach, recovery boots, all these things to make sure I'm not overdoing it. I'm doing just enough to make sure I can hit those times when I need to hit those times. So come week 12, it just becomes a necessary of getting out there on the track and getting it done, and not fighting against what I should have done when I should have done it. So it's about making sure I tick off all these boxes and to be getting done. So hopefully you're joining in. Hopefully you can have a go at some of these running sessions and give them a go. It's going to be one to keep fighting against, and obviously the motivation comes and goes with these things, and I've probably found that every single run I've had, it's been more fighting against the commitment and the discipline to make sure I'm getting it done, rather than having the motivation that I'm feeling like I want to get it done. So understanding that most times it's going to be about just getting out there and getting it done, and not feeling great about it, but getting it done and feeling good after it. So hopefully you're kicking your goals. Hopefully you can use this episode as one of motivation to commitment, to discipline, and to keep kicking over your goals and having a crack. We'll see you for week 3 of our episodes of sub 5 minute mile. Let's go get it. Win the day.